Supposedly my family's joining us this morning, but we'll see. There's empty mats at this stage. But you hear them come in, that's who's arriving. So don't forget, if you want your strap for any of the postures, I think everybody here has done it already, so you know if you want it or not. Or if you want a chair or something close by for the balances, or for the half moon pose to put your hand on, or even just a wall close by. So just be conscious of what supports might be there for your body. So let's begin. So welcome, and take a deep breath in and let that breath fill you and lift you and open you to this moment. And let your out breath fill you in the opposite way, down through the body and into the earth. This beautiful connection, breathing in, and there's uplift, there's life, there's energy. And breathing out, there's presence, there's connection, there's feeling the support and the grounding that is always available in this moment. Breathing in, sitting tall and dignified, ready, alert. And breathing out, relaxing into this moment, into your body, into what is. And then we focus on the heart chakra by bringing our hands to our hearts. Feeling the warmth of the hands, the warmth of the chest, and the movement of the breath. And beginning to equalize the breath to bring mind and body together. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Taking your time, finding the rhythm of 5 that suits you. Some of you will be faster, some slower. What we're looking for is that equal ratio of breath, samavriti. And as you attune to your breath and your body and this moment, remembering that we are focusing on Vasista, Vasistasana. Vasista from the Hindu legends being one of the mind-born sons of Lord Brahma. Who at the time of his birth, Brahma made him forget who he is. And so he felt trapped in this body and in the suffering of being human, until he asked his father, cried out in his pain. And Brahma taught him, you are not your body, you are not your thoughts, your nature is limitless. You are boundless. And so as we practice our flow, we may focus on who is it we are or think we are. And I have this quote from Lao Tzu. He says, always we hope someone else has the answer. Some other place will be better. Some other time will turn out. But this is it. No one else has the answer. No other place will be better. And it has already turned out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. It has already turned out. And so I invite you to create an intention for your practice this morning. Perhaps one that honors the fact that it is already turned out, that you know who you are. Sometimes it just takes the stopping, the coming into yoga, the breathing, the stillness, to feel that within yourself. So repeating to yourself your intention We hold this through our practice. Repeating in your heart. And then taking the legs wide, taking the arms overhead, stretching up to the sky. Press the heels away and then point the toes. Press the heels away and then point the toes. You can keep the knees soft if you need to in order to sit up nice and tall. So we want this lifting up, and you should feel it rising from your lower abdominals. Beautiful. And then begin to sway side to side. And with each in-breath, you're lifting taller. With each out-breath, you're reaffirming your sit bones, pressing into the earth, your heels pressing into the earth to help you stay tall. Beautiful. You're using your deep core muscles to hold your body up against gravity. And then come into the center and just pulse the hands behind you. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. You should be feeling yourself working here at your core and at your shoulders warming up here. Breathe in, look up, and then breathe out. Let the arms open, come forward, walk your fingertips forward, give your knees a shake. And then interlace the fingers. Breathe in, lift yourself high. Give the ribs a little shake, lift taller, taller. Your side muscles should be working. And then breathe out, come forward. Tuck the chin in. And then relax it. Bring your fingers a little bit further forward. And then one more time, interlace the fingers. Palms reaching up. Little sway side to side. Make yourself a bit taller, a bit straighter. And then breathe out, arms come down, fingertips come forward. Give the knees a little shake. And then walk your fingertips over towards your right foot and lengthen from your belly button forward. So you're trying to press your belly button into the floor. And then walk your hands over to the left. And press your belly button here towards the floor. And then walk your hands in towards the center. Breathe in, lift the arms high. As you breathe out, bring your legs around to the left. So feet over to the left. Arms come high once again. And that little sway over towards the left. Holding your right wrist with your left hand and stretching that right arm over. And you're trying not to crunch into that left side, into the ribs. You're lifting the whole time. So it's helpful to drop your pelvic floor, to squeeze your lower abdominals in order to make this happen. And then breathe in, look up, lift to the sky. And then take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind, and look behind. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and press your heart forward. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, look behind. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, behind. Breathe in, look forward. Out behind. And then both arms come high as you breathe in. Stretch to the sky. Right hand comes down to the earth next to you. Press into your right knee. Lift your hips. Take the left arm behind and really press your hips towards the sky. You can take that right arm as far behind you as you like. Feeling the weight in your right hand, which will start to warm us up for our Vasisthasana, our side plank. And then breathe out, let the hand come down and change sides. So legs are over to the right. Breathe breathe in, lift the arms high. Hold left wrist with right hand and draw yourself over towards your right. So you're making yourself long and tall, pulling yourself up and over. Trying not to crunch into the right ribs and really lengthening to the left side. Feel your core muscles working to lift you and keep you tall here in space. Breathe. This should be taking some effort. And then breathe and look up. Breathe out, right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind, look behind you. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, look behind. Breathe in, forward. Out, behind. One more time. Opening up the neck. And then breathe in, take the arms high again, stretch to the sky, try to reach the ceiling. And then left hand comes down. If you want a really big back bend, take it behind, otherwise just to the side. Press into the left knee, lift the heart, lift the hips. Take your right arm behind, stretch the shoulders, stretch the heart, chest, breathe. And then breathe out, flow down. Well done. Come onto your backs. Let's keep warming up into our core. Your knees are bent. Draw in your lower abdominals. Pull up your pelvic floor. Start to lift one foot and then the other off the mat without moving your hips at all. They are planted on the floor. If that's really easy, then lift both legs off the mat and just tap one foot and then the other down. Beautiful. And if that's really easy, let's make it harder again. So opposite hand extends as the leg comes down, and you could straighten the leg as well. So each of these things adds weight to the midline, and it needs to hold as you take that weight away from the midline. It's having to hold in. So really squeeze your lower abdominals in. And if you feel you need extra support on the low back, you flatten the low back into the floor. But if you don't need that, then keep a neutral spine. Go slowly and breathe. One key to core is that you're breathing as you work it. Moving slowly, all your awareness there around the sacrum, the space below your belly button to the pubic bone, and the pelvic floor lifting to help hold that corset of muscle, your transverse abdominis, your multifidi, all there around the lower torso. Last ones. And then bring the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Cross your ankles, and we're going to come up to standing without using our hands if possible. So roll back and forth along the spine. If you've been doing this regularly, you might be finding you're starting to get better at it. And then propel yourself up to standing. Well done. Breathe in and lift to the sky. Breathe out, hands come down. And let's finish getting warmed up. So starting to step, really press your feet into the ground. Feel the earth rising up to meet you. Start to shake out your shoulders. Get rid of that weariness from the evening. Step across. And the other way, really shake out your shoulders. And get your knees higher. And get your elbows and take your arms high. We come to our flow. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe and lift. Breathe out, fold. Breathe and lift. And fold. Beautiful. Right leg back into warrior position. Breathe up to the sky. Breathe out, warrior two. Arms are wide. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Sink a little deeper. Still squeezing those shoulder blades. And then take the left elbow to the knee. Right arm comes overhead. Breathe in, stretch through the fingertips. Breathe out, rise up. Warrior two. Breathe in, side angle. Stretch through the fingertips. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in and stretch. Hold for a minute. We're going to take Gemma's cueing. She was saying felt really good for her. Imagine there's a string drawing your left hip into its socket to allow that right hip the freedom to open. And then breathe and rise up. Palms facing upward. Reach with your left hand. Bring the hand down to the knee. Right arm comes to the sky. Triangle pose. Hands to the heart. Breathe in. Touch the heart. Breathe out, open wide. Press the feet apart. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out, open. Legs are active. Breathe in to the heart. Breathe out, open. Breathe in, rise up. Reverse your triangle. Stretch to the right. Palms are facing up. Reach through the left hand further. Bring the hands down just above the ankle. Right arm comes high. Roll that right hip out and back. Breathe into the heart, touch. Breathe out, open. Breathe in, press the feet away to the heart. Breathe out, open. Breathe in, rise up, reverse. One more time. Palms are up, lengthen through that left hand. Now bringing the middle finger, so it's just touching the earth. Right hand to the sky. You should feel this right shoulder blade's been working hard. Look up towards your hand. Breathe out, look down. Breathe in, look up, releasing the neck. If that's too strong, then just put the head wherever it's comfortable. Try not to rest into your hand. Use your core. Breathe in, rise up, reverse it. Breathe out, windmill the hands down to the mat. Bring the knees onto the mat. Hips forward in a modified plank. Arms are straight as you drop your chest towards the mat. And then press the mat away. So the arms are straight. It's just a small movement of dropping the chest and lifting. This shouldn't be very hard, but what we're working with, of course, are these serratus anterior muscles, helping to strengthen, keeping the shoulder blades in towards our rib cage and our shoulders aligned. Really important muscles that can get ignored in our normal life. And then our shoulders start tracking improperly and it causes damage and dysfunction over time. Beautiful. And then bring yourself down onto the mat. Elbows underneath shoulders, Sphinx pose. Squeeze the ankles together strongly. Legs are active. Press from toes to the crown of the head as if you're trying to drag yourself forward along your mat. Breathe in, heart forward. Breathe out, chin tucks. Breathe in, look forward. So flow with your breath in this way. Make sure the arms stay active. So you're pressing the elbows down. You're dragging yourself without actually moving forward on your mat. The whole body activated. Keep those ankles squeezing together. And then relax a bit for 3 breaths. Just let the head and shoulders flow. Find some ease in this back bend. Some movement that feels good. 1 more breath. And then hands come under the shoulders. Tuck your toes up into a cat position. Tabletop, our first side plank variation. Take the right leg long behind, touch your toes. Take the right hand off the mat, reach for the sky. And then breathe out, twist, come under the left armpit. Breathe in, right hand to the sky. Breathe out, twist. See how far behind you can reach in your twist. And also remember this posture, this could be your side plank. When we come into our final pose, if this is the modification that's right for you. Last twist. Hands come onto the mat. Knee comes down. Let's meet a downward dog. 3 breaths, walking out your dog. Sit bones to the sky. Heels to the mat. And then walk your feet forward. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, forward fold. We come to the other side. 2 more cycles of uplift, forward fold. I just want to give a little shout out to my husband and to Wyatt and Tessa who are joining us this morning. 1 more. I think I did 1 too many. And left leg back, warrior position. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, warrior 2. Inch your legs forward so that forward ankle is underneath the knee. Roll the shoulders back. Have a look at your right knee and make sure it's tracking over the second toe. Press the legs away from each other. Look behind. The left foot should be coming off at about 45 degrees. Beautiful. And then right elbow to the knee. Left arm long. Reach through your fingertips. Breathe out, warrior 2. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. Settle. Press into the legs. They're active. Lengthen. Warrior 2, our next side angle we're going to hold. Stay here, drop that left hip. It's higher than you think. Draw that right leg bone, your femur, into its socket. You can feel it engage when you do that. Thank you, Jem, for that cue. And then drop that left hip again. Breathe and extend through the fingertips. Beautiful. And then breathe and rise up. Reverse triangle. Palms facing up. Lengthen forward through the right arm. Hand to the knee. Left arm to the sky. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out. Extend. Use that right arm to help open the torso. Pivot towards the sky. Holding yourself in space, using your core muscles. Breathe in, rise up, reverse. Breathe out, lengthen through that right arm, down just above the ankle. Press into the right hand so you can feel that left shoulder coming behind. Breathe into your heart, hold yourself here in space. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in. And out. Reverse your triangle. 1 more round. And lengthen through your fingertips. Really reach out. And then the middle finger to just touching the earth. You're not resting on that hand. It makes your core work. And then look up as you breathe in. Out as you breathe. Down as you breathe out. Up to breathe in. Down as you breathe out. One more time. Or just looking after your neck in whatever way is right for you. Beautiful. And breathe in, reverse it. Breathe out, windmill down to your mat. Knees on your mat. Arms really straight. Relax the chest down. Press the mat away. Down and up. So we're using our serratus anterior. If this is too strong, then your bottom could come back a little bit. Take weight out of your hands. If this is easy, you can take the knees off the mat now and do this in full plank position. So arms are straight the whole time. Just dropping the chest and shoulders. Last one. Beautiful. And bring yourself down. Either back to Sphinx or 3 rounds with Cobra. Either way, you're squeezing the ankles together. Working those adductor muscles that often don't get used, those inner thigh muscles. One more. And then tuck the toes, rise up into tabletop. Our second round of side plank. So left foot extends, left arm to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist under the right armpit. Breathe into the sky. Under the armpit. If you're feeling unsteady, just bring that left leg a bit further forward. You're wanting to challenge yourself. Keep yourself in one plane. As Mandy was reminding me, a cue that helps her, a triangle, and even in this would work, is that you're between 2 panes of glass. And that will really challenge your balance. Last one. And then meet down at cat, and then dog. 3 breaths. Walk yourself out. Press into the hands, suction cup. The palms as if you've got strawberries underneath the palms of your hands and you don't want to squash them. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, bring your weight onto your left foot. Bend the right knee, hold behind the knee. This is where you might want your strap if your hamstrings are short. So you either stay here on a pendulum, go back there, or roll the shoulders back, reach the right hand to the middle, grab big toe or arch, stand up nice and tall. Make sure you can roll those shoulders back. Left hand to counterbalance, and then take that leg forward. Using your strap, you don't need to straighten your leg all the way. The main thing is that your back is straight, the chest is lift, the leg is forward at this stage, not off to the side. Use that left glute to help balance you. Lower abdominals. Beautiful. And then release slowly. Take the leg behind your left leg and stretch over to the left. Beautiful. Come back to center. Right leg has your weight. Left leg either pendulum and keep it chilled, or left hand holds the knee or the big toe and it comes forward. Right arm can be your counterbalance, so you can hold a chair or a wall. Standing up tall. Use those lower abdominals we warmed up with our core. Breathe, smile, lengthen. And then slowly that leg comes behind with control. Behind your body. Reach across, lengthen. Feel good. Come back to center. Reach for the sky. Forward fold. right, rinse out your abdomen. Wake up your organs. Now remember, in this flow, you might want your chair or block for half moon. Step back with the right leg. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, warrior two. Side angle, breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two. Two more times. Side angle to warrior two. Open right hip. Left femur drawing into the socket. Last one. And then reverse triangle. Palms up, stretch forward. Come into triangle and hold for 3 breaths. Knee, ankle, middle finger on the ground, you choose. Or you could flow, coming up with your in breath, coming down with the out breath. One more full breath, body, mind connected. Remember your intention. And then breathe in, reverse your triangle. We come into half moon. So bending into that left knee, reaching forward past the leg, right leg lifts, right arm to the sky. It's the outside of the right ankle that's lifting. You can have your hand on a block, chair, wall, or you could have no weight on that left hand at all, holding yourself in space, just like you did with triangle. Think of this as like triangle without that right leg being on the ground. 2 more breaths. Feel the balance and strength in the left leg, reflected in the balance and strength in your mind. And then that right leg slowly comes down with control. Reverse triangle, well done. And windmill the hands down to the mat. Take the leg back. Plank now, full plank or modified on your knees, you choose, and let's make it a twisty plank for 3 breaths. One more. And slowly lower with strength. Come down to the elbows again for Sphinx. Breathe in, look forward, squeeze the ankles, breathe out, look over your shoulder. Breathe in, look forward, out over the other shoulder. Breathe in, stay here. As you breathe out, then tuck the toes and rise up onto your elbows. So we're in elbow plank. Come forward and back along your toes a couple of times, really squeeze those lower abdominals. And then bringing the weight onto your left elbow, roll onto the outside of the left ankle and lift the right arm. And then pulse that hip towards the sky. Pulsing. If you feel out of balance, that right leg could come forward to give you extra balance. 2 more pulses, you're doing well. This could be your position for plank at the end. And then elbow comes down. Walk the toes towards your elbows. Elbow dog, dolphin dog it's called. Bend the knees. Lift your bottom towards the sky. Give your bottom a little shake. Breathe. And then weight into the left elbow as you bring your right hand under your shoulder. Press into it, come into full dog. Ooh, big breath. And then walk the feet in towards your hands. Well done. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out, fold. Rinse out a few more times. Or you could twist. Whatever feels good for this little pause before we start the next side of the flow. Left leg comes back, warrior position. Breathe in up to the sky. Breathe out, warrior two. Side angle. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in, side angle. Warrior two. Find your flow. Make sure that right ankle is just beneath the knee. Reverse it into a reverse triangle. And then flow down to your triangle, which means how far down do you want that right hand? And you're not resting in it. And you either stay here for 3 breaths and hold in stillness, or you flow up to reverse and down to triangle. You choose. Choose where the head sits. In full triangle, you're generally looking up to the sky. But that can be very straining, so if that's not right for your neck, you choose. Last breath. Rise up, reverse it. And then bend into that right knee for half moon. Reaching towards the floor in front of you. Left leg lifts, left arm to the sky. There's play in that right knee, it's not locked. You can hover off the ground if you're feeling strong and balanced today. Remember, it's the outside of the left ankle. And the breath is full and calm. Or it's not. And then with control, taking that left foot slowly back to the mat. Reverse your triangle, well done. And then windmill the hands down onto the mat. Into plank for 3 breaths. Make this one where you come forward onto your tippy toes and then back. So you're flexing into the toes, stretching into the toes while you work your core. Engagement at the pelvic floor, engagement at lower abdominals. Strawberries underneath your palms, suction cup your hands. And then come down. Onto the elbows. And try to kick your bottom with your heels. As you press into your elbows, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Just a little release here for our quads a bit. Beautiful. And then tuck your toes under and rise up onto the elbows. Feel all those muscles engage around your abdomen. Then you're going to bring the weight onto the right elbow. Come to the outside of the right leg. Lift the left arm and pulse. Pulse, squeeze, feel these side muscles working. Feel the shoulder working, stabilizing. Beautiful. And then back to plank. Walk the feet in, dolphin plank, stay on your elbows. You could modify in cat if you want to. Bend the knees, press the sit bones to the sky. Let your bottom wobble side to side. And then pressing into your right elbow, come onto the left hand, press up into dog. And walk your feet in towards your hands. Breathe and lift. Breathe out, weight to the left side. So here's our template for our full side plank. Start again with that right knee lifted. We're going to bring the knee out to the side. So if you're not joining us at holding the foot, then now your pendulum comes out to the side. Otherwise, holding big toes, holding arch, standing up tall, using your strap. If you know your hamstrings aren't going to allow this movement. And then take the leg out to the side. Hold it there. The balance comes from the pelvic floor, the lower abdominals. Grow roots down through that left leg. Lengthen the spine with your in-breath. Soften your shoulders with your out-breath. Imagine that left hand is pressing into the earth. Here's your full expression. A side angle we'll take in just a moment. Breathe and enjoy wherever your body takes you today. You know where we're going. Behind the left leg. Come slowly with control. And stretch. Come back to center. Little ragdoll twist. Shake it out. Whew. Well done. And weight comes onto the right leg. Pendulum forward or to the side. Left hand to the big toe. I can't find this side. There we go. Sometimes your balance is lost. You've got to find it. Reaching forward. Reaching to the side. If you're coming to the side, make sure hips stay forward. That right hip is kind of counter turning to the right side as the left leg opens. Roll the shoulders back. We work them with our warrior two. Roll them back. Feel the shoulder blades engage. If you're really unsteady, look for your core. Draw up that pelvic floor. Draw in the lower abdominals. There's play through the right knee. The right glute is squeezing. The toes are spread wide. Grow roots to the earth. Breathe. Well done. Smile. And then slowly release. Come across into your twist. Lengthen to the side. And ragdoll. Nearly there. Full plank coming in now. So remember your variations that you can choose. Or if that's not going to work for you, if you've worked your shoulders and core enough, then just choose another posture you'd rather work on. And so, thanks, darling. Breathe in and rise up. And breathe in, fold. Sway side to side here a moment. Lengthen the low back. And then walk or hop your feet back to plank. Coming down on the elbow. If you're going to do your elbow plank instead, or down to the knee. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Lift the right arm to the sky. Stay here, or make it a tree. Stay here, or now we come into our full Vasisthasana, holding the right big toe, lifting to the sky. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze your pelvic floor, squeeze your lower abdominals, working hard, using our balance. Who I am is here. This is it. Smile, not looking outside ourselves, but within today and this moment. And release. Down to plank. Knees come down. Back to child's. Well done. Breathe out. Walk the hands to the right and look behind you. Feel that opening through the left ribs. Walk your hands to the left. Look behind you. Feel the opening in the right ribs, armpit. Back to center. Tuck the toes, walk the feet forward. We have another side to do. Lift up high. And forward fold. Walk or hop your feet back to plank. Last pose that I'm going to make you work. So give it your all, give it your energy. Find your variation if you're working with a variation today. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm to the sky. Make it a tree if you want to make it harder. Or we come into the full pose, holding big toe. This is my more difficult side. Lift to the sky. Lift the hips, don't let them drop. Press the earth away. Feel the strength radiating from your core. outward, up to the heart, downward into the legs, full expression, challenge, joy, being alive in this moment, and release, come down, well done. Knees are wide this time for your child's pose. Big toes touching, knees wide apart. And then walking the hands back. So we're in Simhasana. Big toes touching. As you know, if this isn't right, your ankles, then find a chair, find a block, modify in a way that's going to allow you to sit in this way. Roll the shoulders back. Interlace the fingers behind. Press the palms of the hands together. Lift the heart to the sky, look up. Breathe. Well done. Breathe and lift the arms. Hold the right elbow. Take it behind the head. Try not to let your butt stick out. And breathe. So we're getting a nice stretch into the tops of the feet. Into those long muscles along our shin bones. Change hands, open wide. Then hold left elbow. Heart's coming forward. So stretching in the tops of the feet this way really helps our arches stay healthy. Helps with any sport we're doing to keep the ankles balanced. Take the arms wide. Take them behind again. Interlace the fingers. Lift up. And release. Bring the hands forward and pull the fingers down. And the other. So this is a variation you can do. If you're not, bringing the hands to the earth, fingers facing your groin, press into the wrists, and just kind of find a little circle here. Being really gentle with your wrists, stretching into them. And circle the other way. Bringing the hands so that the wrists are now facing down. You're pressing into the tops of the hands. You can either do this gently with them out in front of you or on the ground again. Gently press into the tops of the hands. This should feel a little bit awkward, but you're getting some nice stretch up through the forearm, the upper forearm. Give the wrists a little flick, the shoulders a flick. Bring the legs together and come onto your backs. Well done. And so take the right knee over the left and draw your knees in towards your chest. Bring your nose up to your knees. So just crossing the legs as if you were sitting in a chair with your legs crossed. And then relax back, and you're going to take your legs over to the right. So the right leg is pulling that left leg down as you look to the left. If that feels too strong a twist for whatever reason, then just uncross the legs or change the cross of the legs. So the left's on top. Arms are extended at heart level. Do a little press into the right arm to try to keep the left shoulder blade on the ground. And look to the left. Letting the hips settle back, Lovely squeeze along the spine, belly. And then breathing, come back to center. Uncross the legs, change the cross. So left leg over the right. Hold the tops of the knees. Squeeze them into your chest. Bring the nose to the knees. And come down. Take the legs over to the left. Right arm coming out at shoulder height. If you need a block or something to support the knees, if they don't reach the ground, that's fine. Or even your left arm supporting your knees. A little press, if you can, into the left arm to keep your right shoulder blade on the ground. And you could change your leg position if this isn't right for your back or hips for whatever reason. Change the cross or don't cross at all. Little sigh out. Letting go of the effort, feeling satisfied with your practice. And then coming back to center. Knees into the chest, uncross them. Legs up into the air, arms in the air, dead bug. Give the wrists and the ankles a little circle around. Finish with just a brief inversion, so 10 breaths, either staying here in dead bug but hanging onto the legs, or the hands come under the hips to lift them a little bit, or use your block underneath the hips for Viparita Karani, or come into modified shoulder stand. Hold the hips with your hands, elbows tuck under. You've got choices, or you could choose a completely different pose. This is our last pose. So if there's something else you'd rather do, then feel free to do it. If you're up in shoulder stand, draw those shoulders away from your ears. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Squeeze the elbows together. If your legs are in the air at all, then squeeze your ankles together. Breathe. You know you have a choice how far the feet are coming over the head, or whether they're reaching up for the sky, which would work your core a little bit more again, as if you're trying to touch the ceiling. Or you could have them down, coming towards plow. Maybe a little bit stiff even after our practice at this time of morning, so you find that your toes might not touch the ground if they normally do. 3 more breaths. Eyes are soft, forehead is soft, jaw is soft. And then we'll meet at Shavasana from wherever you are. If your legs are in the air, then bend them now slowly. Use your core to control. Coming out. Feet meet the mat. And then lengthen. Just check in with your low back. If it feels strained in full Shavasana, then you might want to bend the knees or take some pressure out by putting some support under the knees. Lengthen through that right leg, lift it and press the heel away. And then breathe in and let it drop on the out breath. Lift your left leg, flex it at the heel, press your heel away, breathe in. You're trying to get the left leg longer, and out breath, drop it. And then windscreen wiper your feet back and forth, shaking your feet side to side, rolling the legs side to side, and then let them come to stillness. Squeeze your buttocks and tuck your lower back under, and then relax it. Lift your right arm and reach towards your knee. Draw the shoulder down from the ear. Breathe in. breathe out, relax it, and let it drop. Lift the left arm, reach for your left knee. Palm is facing up. Draw the shoulder down. On your out breath, drop. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest off the mat. Breathe in and then relax. And then tuck the chin in, look towards your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the head come down. Feel the openness at the back of the head. Breathe here. Feel the earth supporting you. Breath coming long and full. Imagining that you're breathing in through the crown of the head. And breathing down through the body and out through the soles of your feet. Integrating our practice. Feeling the body. One layer of our being and awareness, Anamaya Kosha in yoga terms. Feeling the breath and life energy flowing through the body. Pranamaya Kosha, another sheath, another layer of being and awareness. Noticing how you feel, your emotional tone in this moment. Manamaya Kosha, another layer of experience. Noticing your thoughts, your impulses, the way you view the world, Vijnanamaya Kosha, the layer of discrimination. And noticing your layer of beingness. Anandamaya Kosha, that which is beyond all else. Center of your being. Remembering the words from Lao Tzu. Always, we hope someone else has the answer. Some other place will be better. Some other time it will all turn out. This is it. No one else has the answer. No other place will be better. And it has already turned out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are. And you know what you want. It has already turned out. Feel this within yourself in this moment. There is no other moment. And so remembering your intention, or maybe you have another intention based on your practice, your own insights in this moment of yoga, of awareness. What will you take with you off your mat and into your day? Who do you choose to be? What quality of awareness do you choose to hold within yourself? And see yourself taking this with you, holding it in this moment and the next and the next. Perhaps your breath, your awareness of body, linking you to this higher awareness. How will this unfold in your day? How will you meet the people in your life? the activities you have to do from this level of awareness, of consciousness, of presence. And then let's seal our practice, the goodness of our practice. So I invite you to come to sitting as we began our practice in this posture of dignity and presence. And as you come to sitting with awareness, bringing your hands back to your heart, Anahata chakra, feeling into this center of your being. And we'll seal our practice with 3 Oms. So taking a deep breath in. Deep into the belly. One more. And then the palms made in prayer position, Anjali Mudra, as you acknowledge the highest within yourself, the highest within everyone who has practiced with us today, and the highest within everyone that you will meet, all living beings. We honor that place within each other as we bow together and say Namaste.